I am overjoyed to report to you that after 7 long years, Starbucks has decided to reverse its open door policy and finally kick out these vagrants from the streets that have been destroying their coffee shops.
Mary is so excited.
I mean, really, though, this has been an ongoing problem, especially in major cities, especially in places like LA, San Francisco. Thankfully, we don't have to live among those areas, but they've had far too many incidents happen already. And it's just time to stop this nonsense. They've decided once and for all that they want to prioritize the people who are paying to be there. So from this point forward, in order to hang out or use the bathroom at a Starbucks, shocker, you have to buy something first. Oh, the horror. Oh, the humanity. This is a travesty. I mean, this is a human rights violation.
Does this mean they're going to get rid of the Sharps containers for the diabetic needles?
Oh, yeah, and people who are injecting Ozempic in the Starbucks bathroom. Yeah. So, as you can probably guess, there are already leftists who are mad about this decision in the comments. One of them said, "This is an absolute terrible and greedy decision to make. People used to go in there all the time to just study. Starbucks, you are already on thin ice. Way to put yourself on thinner."
I got a question. Isn't this what community centers are for?
Libraries.
Yeah, libraries.
I mean, it's interesting to think about.
Wait, do public libraries? I haven't been to a public library since I got out of rehab.
I mean, there are menaces at public libraries too.
But I'm saying, do they put like coffee shops in public libraries? Because that would be a great way to make revenue for the city.
That's true. I don't know.
Put a coffee shop in there.
You should be a civic planner.
Yeah, my dad was a civic planner.
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family.
Another one said, "We aren't buying Starbucks ever again after what they did to Palestine."
The test has determined that was a lie.
Like, come on, you're fat and you love frappuccinos. No one believes you. Another one said they don't pay baristas enough to make them pay attention and enforce this.
That's true.
That's very true.
That is true. They are right about that.
I don't want to be in their position when some homeless person comes in there and you're responsible for kicking them out. You don't know what these people are capable of.
There's a 20 there.
From Mari Pari, 98. Oh, is it? Sorry, this is Mary. My name is Mary too, but Mary, I agree with you on some of these horror movies being made with the intent of spiritual attacks. There have been other movies that aren't horror that have a similar feel, but I avoid horror. Okay. I'm starting to avoid the entire genre as well, but I know that there are some that are just particularly standout awful. Another one said, "Most people buy something anyway, which is why I don't like this policy. I bet they won't use it on college kids or professionals. It'll just be a way for them to kick out those they feel are undesirable."
You could call them deplorables.
Undesirable.
You could call them deplorables.
You are correct. They will not be kicking out silent, non-disruptive, well-behaved college students working on their homework or professionals taking business calls. They will be kicking out stinky, loud, alcoholic drug abusers that aren't buying any products and are kicking out by the very stench all of the normal people. Correct.
I mean, to the benefit of the boomers, a bunch of people are going to finally be able to afford houses because they're not going to be spending $8 on coffee every day.
Exactly. But this, I think, I hate to say it, I really do, but this is a sign of the death of woke.
Yeah.
I hate myself for saying it.
Like, did you cringe just saying it?
I just cringed at myself for saying it, but it's a sign of the death of woke, guys.
Like Mary said it in passing when we were prepping the show today, and I thought I was being punked.
No, but I realized, like, there's no getting around this. Like, this is kind of the sign of the death of woke, because the open door policy that Starbucks put into place was back in 2018, and we were still definitely in the times of peak woke at that point. And they put in this policy because of an incident that made Starbucks look very bad. 2 black men were arrested at a Starbucks in Philadelphia where they had gone reportedly they went for a business meeting. They did not purchase anything, but they went there to meet with each other on business grounds. The incident at that store, which had a policy of asking non-paying customers to leave, was caught on video, and it became a major embarrassment for the company.
Yep, I remember that.
So as a result, Starbucks panicked and decided they would just let everyone in and let it just be complete free-for-all, where there are people doing drugs in the bathroom. And at the time before COVID, they used to have a picture of half and half out on the counter. You'll notice that they don't anymore. There would be homeless people going in there asking for a cup and filling the cup with half and half and then leaving. Yeah. And that's just something that we should expect, because that's like what freedom means.
My guess is most of this will be applied unevenly, meaning the Starbucks in the cities will loosely apply this, and people will just keep hanging out.
They're the ones who need this policy the most.
And they're the ones who need it the most, right?
Yeah.
I laugh. It is one of those things where when this, I kind of have this vague feeling every time stories like this come up. It's like you can't get away from anything. Everything has been made political. Kind of like in the way where, like, what is like the bedrock of small talk is... look at this weather we're having, and even that's been politicized. Like when you can't get
climate change,
yeah,
right?
Well, you know what I'm saying, right? It's like no matter where you turn, you're forced to wonder whether the person you're going to talk to is a lunatic who wants to talk about something like that. But, you know, if your coffee shop has also been politicized, and to Starbucks' credit, they haven't been the cleanest record lately, because they're mad at them about Palestine for no reason whatsoever. It didn't end up even being a story, but I still remember that video where I was watching, like, a dad made like a vlog where he brought his daughter to like camp out at Target to get like
a Stanley
Cup. And all the comments were like, we're boycotting Target and Starbucks, and then just Palestinian flags everywhere. And I was
watermelon emojis.
And yeah, and I'm like, this guy's not thinking about that.
No.
This guy isn't thinking about wars in foreign countries. He's not thinking about social justice. To be fair, I also think it's kind of cringy that you're making that kind of content, but that's just me. That's just me personally. But, you know, he's giving his daughter a moment that she's likely going to remember, hopefully sans the camera having to be part of it. But, you know, the hope is that he made a memorable evening with his daughter, and that's good. That's great. But instead, it has to be about something that's going on half a world away, and that's stupid.
We have another 20 from Nate Parrott. Last one, I promise. Chuck Norris once used butter to cut a hot knife in half.
I believe it.
Love that for him.
We love Chuck Norris here on this channel.
Well, I mean, most of the reason why people are mad at this is because they believe that the homeless are some kind, or sorry, I should correct myself. The unhoused, rather those with housing insecurity are some kind of protected class that are almost demigods in society who we have to cater to at all times. And the truth is that most of the time, especially in these major cities where it's kind of incentivized to be homeless because you get a bunch of free shit from the government, this is a lifestyle choice for them. This is what they prefer. It's what they have chosen over usually drug recovery. And they are happily taking every possible advantage they can get from private businesses without supporting those businesses. They are taking every advantage they can get from the local government that is not going to hardworking people. And I think that finally that time is coming to a close. That time of performative empathy that is a hallmark of wokeness is finally coming to a close. And this is just a sign of that. And especially, you know, powerful people in the business world waking up to that changing tide.
What's weird is, like, to me, the performative element of it is the one that people hated the most, right? More than the ideas themselves, even, is the performative nature in which, oddly enough, both sides agreed on. But only one side got the benefit of it, which was that both sides understood that the corporations did so because it was beneficial for them, right? What they deemed rainbow capitalism, meaning that you do this stuff not because you actually believe it, because a company can't believe anything. Don't believe any of that crap about a corporate mission statement or corporate values. They don't have any values. Their job is to make money. And a normal person who understands how a business transaction works, they're fine with that. You know, you want something, they're offering something. The hope is that they have to create the best product possible, lest they be, you know, beaten out by somebody who offers it at a better price. But instead, you got performative crap that didn't really have anything to do with anything. We hated it for one reason. They hated it for another reason, yet somehow it lingered for like a decade.
It was almost a decade. I mean, it just sucks because this is why we can't have nice things. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a lot of people talking about this as of late. Starbucks in the mid-2010s up until the present day kind of turned into this brutalist-looking post-modern hellscape.
All businesses are like that now.
And they all look like that. McDonald's did it too, but it's not just the exterior design of the building, but the interior. The furniture is downright unusable. You're going to walk out with like bruises from how hostile this architecture is. And it's no longer what you would call a third place, a place other than your home and your workplace that you can go to and just exist and possibly even socialize with other human beings. Yeah. And they called this their third place policy, which I find so deeply ironic and infuriating because by welcoming the homeless street urchins into your coffee shops, you're making it impossible for ordinary people to use this as their third place. Yeah. They're being pushed out. Thank you. But I guess I'm just a hateful bigot.
It is 110% true that a huge part of all businesses like that have gone extremely brutalist in their design, and there's no personality to any of it.
Yeah, it's like they don't have couches. There's no nice like calming jazz music playing. It's like not your I don't know, uncle's coffee shop. It's not like the kind of place you imagine would have.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's because they don't work in the chain structure.
Slam poets.
They don't work in the chain structure, right? So yeah, if you're in Uptown or in like a major city, you may have some successful, small, independently owned coffee shops that have that vibe, but on the larger scale,
it's a big maybe.
But on the larger scale, a corporation can't do that.
But think about, you know, the coffee shop that they go to in Friends. Or the coffee shop.
That was the first one I was thinking.
That they, like the opening scene from, what was it? I Think I Married an Axe Murderer.
Okay.
Like, these coffee shops had, like, real couches that you could sit on and they, like, moved when you sat down on them.
Yeah.
And they had, like, actual non-disposable cutlery.
Every teen drama in the 2000s had some place like that they went to.
It was always a third place, and we don't have those anymore because we have sacrificed them on the altar of wokeness. Yep. Wokeness is just ruining everything. No, but it is on its way out, and I'm not particularly optimistic about what's going to come to replace it.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing things. I'm just making observations here.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.